Today we're over here at the Mattapoisett River Reserve. We're going to be certifying a vernal pool. It's springtime. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to get out and see what's happening in the vernal pools.
A vernal pool is an ephemeral wetland. So what does that mean? Well, an ephemeral wetland is something that is found in the spring. And this is a true ephemeral vernal pool in that it's only going to hold water during this spring so that amphibians can complete their life cycle. And then later in the summer, when it gets hot and we get those 80-degree days, this will actually be dried up. And you can tell because there's still some terrestrial vegetation growing in the middle of this pool. Now in Massachusetts, certifying a vernal pool, you need to have a couple criteria to get your pool certified. One way to certify the pool is through the obligate species method. And that is finding species that only breed in vernal pool, or finding evidence of those species like egg masses. So species that only breed in vernal pools, we're talking about spotted salamanders, wood frogs, fairy shrimp, and a couple of other species that are a little less common in our area.
We'll just have everything ready to go.
Yeah, sure.
If we can get them.
Yeah, there's a ton of egg masses, all through here. These are spotted salamander eggs I'm looking at. And you can tell because each individual egg is wrapped in a layer of like jelly, and then around the whole egg mass is a larger wrap of jelly. And that's how you differentiate frog eggs from salamander eggs. Salamander eggs have the extra jelly, whereas frog eggs are going to be each an individual piece of jelly. So these are spotted salamander eggs, and I have a larvae here on my arm.
So Mead was talking about the double layers of the jelly around the eggs on spotted salamander egg masses. Another way that you can kind of tell is a lot of times the shape of the mass is kind of kidney shaped, as opposed to frog eggs, which are more round. So to certify a vernal pool, we'll need to have photo evidence of at least 5 egg masses. This pool has, upwards of probably 20 or 30. This one branch alone has 6 on it, so I think no problem documenting. But if you're doing this at a different vernal pool, you want to have at least 5 different egg masses.
Once we have a record of this pool, it contributes to an overall science project in the state of mapping all of the vernal pools in the state, but it also affords this area some special protections from development, roads, those sorts of things. Are those things thermal, Jack?
Just the food.
It's a highly productive pool, especially for being so small. Vernal pools range in size tremendously. The one at Tinkham Woodlands, just to the north of here, for instance, is probably 8 to 10 times the size of this pool, and it only has a spring overflow. And this pool has no outlet and is only found in the spring, yet the diversity of species is very similar to the pool to the north. So very compact, but very diverse and cool.